what a career that spanned from 1966. You know, we were going through it with all the kids, and I'll read you a little bit of it. You know, 1966 started the Tactical Patrol Force. 1971 transferred to the Motorcycle Unit Number 2 in Brooklyn. By 1987, he was promoted to sergeant before transferring to Highway Patrol Number 3 in Queens, where he would spend the rest of his career. But what took me was what he showed when he was sitting at home with your late mom in Queens, and he saw the attacks happen. And what was his thought pattern? To get on the motorcycle, to ride down to Ground Zero and help people. And he came home, and the reports were the next day covered in dust and soot from the buildings coming down. And what does he do? He spends the next few weeks down there recovering efforts. And finally gets to a point where he gets to retire, and he lives right down here at this beautiful street in beautiful Wantagh. We finally get him out here. That's what we're all excited about, that he finally gets out here. And he raises his family, and tragically, this January he's diagnosed with brain cancer and passed very, very quickly, and I'm sorry for that loss. But the nice thing is when I talk to the family and I talk to all of you is to know what the legacy will be. The legacy of the family still living in this house. The legacy of a grandson who's off to Baruch, you know, being able to come down here and brag about him. The legacy of a little one in 10 years being able to talk about a hero. And that's our responsibility, I think, in government, is to recognize and remember those heroes. And that's the beauty of this dedication here today, that for generations to come, they're going to come down this block and ask who Al was. And the family and your grandchildren and perhaps your grandchildren are going to be able to say, well, let me tell you about, you know, Al, the sergeant, and then Al, the hero. Because to me and to everybody up here and everybody in this crowd, he was a hero. And he was very, very special. And that's the legacy you'll be able to have right here. And that's our responsibility as not only public officials, but as friends, as colleagues, as everybody. So we recognize him.
Obviously, many of you knew our father and know that myself, my brother, and my sister take after him in many ways. But there are many differences as well. For instance, if he were up here, the speech would be about an hour. I'm going to do my best to keep it under a minute. If anybody wants to time it, be my guest. Our family would like to thank all of you for coming out here and joining us to celebrate our father, his life, and his 40 years of service with the NYPD. We are also incredibly grateful to everyone that's reached out to us and showed support to our father and our family during his sickness and after his unfortunate death. We will forever be grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us honor the legacy of your father, of a true American hero, and God bless you and your family.